Hi guys, Jacqueline Davis here. I'm sure most of you all have seen my story about my health journey here on Facebook several times. But for those of you who haven't, I just wanted to present it to you in a different way and let you all know um, basically my story, why I'm here, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and how I got to where I'm at. So, um, I will start off by telling you what started all my health problems. And that would be back in 1976. Yes, I'm old. I had a horse accident, and I had a major head injury where I fractured the back of my skull through here. And about a week later, after being in the hospital, they decided something else was not right, so they started doing some tests and found a blood clot on this side of my brain. So they did surgery through here, cut it up through here, drilled a little hole through my skull, opened it up, took care of the blood clot, and the rest is history, basically. Uh, Growing up through my years, I thought, I basically thought I was okay. I thought everything was fine. I thought, wow, I got out of that with no real issues, although I experienced a lot of headaches. But at the time, that's just what they were to me. They would be excruciating, horrible, horrible headaches. And I remember missing a lot of school, to the point actually where I dropped out of school because I had missed so much school that it just didn't matter anymore. And that's sad, but that's true. But I did go back 20 years later and get my high school diploma, so woohoo, yay. Anyway, um, over the years, I started experiencing pain in my neck and things like that from that head injury. 5 years later, I lost the hearing on this ear from nerve damage. It just damaged the nerves to the point where it's basically nerve loss. I can still hear if it's loud enough, but I can't understand it. Let's see what else. Fast forward 2007 is when I started working at a hospital as a medical transcriptionist, and that is when I found out that these headaches were actually migraines, and they were absolutely horrible, horrible, horrible. I I was bad. It was bad. I had to call my husband to come pick me up. I don't know how many times because there was no way I could drive my car home. I would sit at home, curled up in a ball, bawling my eyes out, trying to hold my head together because it felt like it was going to explode. No lights, no sound, no movement, just couldn't take anything. I'm making light of it at this point. It was absolutely horrible. Anybody who's experienced migraines knows what I'm talking about. It's horrible. Um, anyway, that was in 2007. But they were so bad that when I talked to my doctor about them and everything, she wanted me to go have some tests because of the head injury. She thought maybe there might have been um, tumors or something causing them. So we went in and had MRIs and scans and blah, blah, blah. The only thing they found was my spine, right below where I had all that head injury at. C5, C6 was curving the opposite direction, and the bone spurs and everything that was attached to it or on it, or whatever you call it, growing from it, were rubbing against my spinal cord. I was told by the neurologist that that was something that needed to be taken care of because eventually that could snap my spinal cord. So, of course, I'm like, whoo, let's do the surgery. Let's get this taken care of. We don't want that to happen. Nope. So, in 2007, I had my first surgery. They put in an experiment device. For about a year, I was doing good. Thought, yay, everything's great. Around Thanksgiving, started having, well, I take that back. For about 6 months before Thanksgiving, I started having problems with numbness down my right arm, numbness down my right leg, weakness. Um, I started having just cognitive problems. I mean, just a lot of problems, a lot of stuff going on, and I was in some pain. So it wasn't a year later. It was 2 years later. Sorry, right at 2 years later. In 2009, I went back in for my second surgery to have that device removed because it had collapsed, and that's what was causing all my nerve problems. So get that replaced, and they fused it at this time. And I'm thinking, yay, everything's good, but no, no, no. Everything went downhill from there. I mean, just whoosh, soared downhill. I was in absolute sheer pain. Um, I honestly, I can't even tell you exactly how everything happened. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. The pain was just horrific. Uh, it was to the point I couldn't hardly stand. I couldn't hardly walk. I couldn't sit. I mean, I was constantly shifting from this side. I would shift to this side, and then back to this side, and back to this side. I would scoot up. I would scoot back. I was constantly moving. I couldn't sit still. Walking was painful. It was absolutely painful. Trying to lay down was painful. I couldn't even sleep in my own bed. I'd sleep in it one night, and then I'd sleep on the couch. I would sleep on the floor. I'd sleep in one of the kids' bed. I would sleep in the recliner. I would sleep in a chair. I wouldn't sleep. It was terrible. Um, and actually, honestly and truthfully, it's been, see, since 2009. It's about 7 years that I haven't been able to really sleep in my bed. And this year, I finally actually started sleeping in my bed. Yay, it was so nice to be able to stretch out and move around and be there with my husband and everything. It was hard on him all those years too, because he felt left out. But anyway, I'm trying to get an alfalfa look here. Anyway, getting back to like after the surgery and everything, I was in all that pain, and I was on super duper heavy duty pain pills and on pills to keep me from getting ulcers from those, and I was on anxiety medication, and I was on depression medication. I was on all kinds of stuff, and nothing was helping. It was like every symptom that I had, every problem I had, it was like, got a pill for this, got a pill for that, got a pill for this, got a pill for that. It's like pill, 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 pill. And I didn't want to take no pills. I was sick and tired of pills, but I also didn't like the anxiety attacks, you know, that sent you to the hospital thinking you're having a freaking heart attack. I didn't like the pain, so I mean, I took the pills that I had to take, and I prayed about it. I was like, Lord, show me something. I need out of this. I don't want to live like this. This is no way to live. There's no value in this. This is horrible. I was miserable. I'm like, end it. Just put me out of my misery. Just lock me over the head. Be done with it. Because this is not living. Couldn't get out of it. Didn't have a choice. It was part of my life, and I had to deal with it. So I prayed about it, and that's when I finally reached out to Janice. I had reached out to Janice several times over the years, and then backed off. I guess I should go back to telling you. My daughter Janice is a Beachbody coach, and my sister Tina Solons is a Beachbody coach, and they have been for many years, and they've had great success with what they're doing. And I used to absolutely hate seeing their post on Facebook. And that's the truth. I hated seeing their posts on Facebook. They were always so happy and upbeat and lost all this weight, and just they were happy, and I was absolutely miserable. So I blocked them. I would hide them. I would delete them. That's the truth. Sorry. I just hated seeing anybody happy. I hated seeing anybody enjoying themselves because I was so flippin' miserable. Anyway, let's see. Eventually I was diagnosed with emphysema on top of everything else, all the other health issues that I had. Couldn't hardly breathe. Walking was horrible. I mean, it was just one thing after the other. That's the way it felt for me. It just one thing after the other. Just horrible. So anyway, emphysema really scared me. I had tried to quit smoking for years. Tried, yeah, right. I thought I was trying. I really did. I thought I was trying. And failed every time. But this time I was actually scared when they told me I had emphysema, and I realized there is no cure. You can't change it. You can't fix it. And it's only going to continue to get worse. My doctor did tell me if I quit smoking that would actually slow the process down. So I'm like, all right, that's what we're going to do. I prayed about it. Lord, I need help. I need to quit smoking. And I quit smoking. I am free. Done. Yay. Thank you, Jesus. But then the weight starts coming on. So here we go, another issue. It's like, I can't win for freaking losing. It's terrible. So here I am gaining weight. Now I've got this turtle shell sticking out on me, trying to bend over to tie my shoes, and I can't. I got to suck my stomach in, and can't even suck it in anymore because it's so big. I'm serious. It's like a turtle shell. It was hard as a rock. My goodness, I could beat a drum. Bigger than my butt. It was. Yeah, yeah. It was horrible. I mean, I couldn't hardly bend over to tie my shoes. I could, like, to zip up my coat in the wintertime. I'd have to, like, suck in and, like, trying to zip it up and everything. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Buying bigger and bigger clothes and, the big baggy stuff that hangs out, look like a bell on the top, and little bitty skinny legs. Because that's where all my weight was, in my belly, especially. I mean, it was everywhere else too, but I just didn't really see it that much. I could see it in my belly. That's what I did. I felt like a little bell, just ding, 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 just waddling along. Um, and I would make a lot of jokes about that turtle shell. It's like, oh my gosh, I got a turtle shell, and look at my little turtle shell. Walking around, it was not funny. It wasn't funny at all. Inside, I was crying, but I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'd tried all kinds of diets. I tried, drinking just water. I tried drinking 2 glasses of chocolate milk a day, and then having a great big humongous meal because I was freaking starving by the end of the day. So I'd eat like 2 or 3 servings. Yep, that was a great diet. And I tried pills and just you name it. The only thing I didn't try was a wrap. Go figure. That was mean. Oh well. Anyway, I didn't. So anyway, I'm to this point. It's like I'm absolutely miserable, and I'm getting ready to have to buy bigger clothes. And I'm already going from like small, from what I'm used to, like when I was younger, to large, to getting ready to go extra large, like in getting big hoodies and sweatshirts and big, big dangly blouses and stuff, because I didn't want nobody seeing that big old belly. Some people are perfectly fine with, rolls hanging out, and I mean, they'll sport it. That's fine. That's great, but it wasn't for me. It was embarrassing for me. It was horrible. I would try to hide it with hanging onto a book or putting a pillow in front of me or, something. I was always having to have something in front of me to hide that big old turtle shell. I hated it. Anyway, like I said, I finally just got to the point. It's like I got to do something. So I reached out to Janice. After I blocked her all those times, I reached out to her. I'm like, Janice, help me, please. And of course she did, because that's what she loves doing. She's very passionate about it. So she sat down with me over the phone, and we talked about all of my health problems, which she pretty much already knew, since I'm her mom. And she came up with a plan for me, and we decided I was going to start doing the 21-day fix and Shakeology, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. And those are like my gold nuggets right there. Those 2 things are what changed my life around just completely. I went from being miserable, depressed, just to being, yay, I'm happy. I'm not finished with my journey yet. I have a long ways to go yet. I still have some weight to get rid of, and I still have some health issues to work on, but I'm on my way. And that's the main thing. I am on my way. So, anyway, when I realized how great these products were, how natural, honest, true they are, I was like, I just want to be a part of it. I really do, because it makes you feel so good. Just to feel good. It really does. It's awesome. So I decided I wanted to be a Beachbody coach myself. I wanted to be able to pay forward to somebody else who was in my position, who may be miserable and down and depressed and just wanting life to be over with because this is no way to live. I want to give you hope too. I want to be able to hold out my hand and take your hand and say, hey, come on, let's do this. There's hope. There really is. There's a better way. You can do it. And I want to be here to help you, support you, cheer you on, motivate you, encourage you every step of the way. It's all a learning process. We just keep doing it one step at a time, one day at a time, and you never give up. And that's the way you succeed. But you can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So that's my story in a nutshell. Like I said, that's why I became a Beachbody coach, because of all that stuff that came before me. And I just want to be able to pay it forward and offer that help and that support and that accountability to somebody else who needs it. So if you're interested in joining me, comment below, put a like in there, show me some love if you want. It's up to you. I'd certainly appreciate it, and I'd love to have you along on the journey. I'd love to be able to support you. So, talk to you later. Bye.